Put it camera right here, focus right here on this black thing.
Put on.
You don't have to go all the way in and they have to be able to see it. Okay, so this is a video on how to properly do a drain and refill transmission fluid job on a 2018 Honda Odyssey Elite.
That is.
And I just want to start by going over some of the basic things here. All right. In the view you're looking at right now is me underneath the car with my son. And right now I've just finished the job. I've just put all the transmission fluid back into the vehicle. And if you want to know exactly how much transmission fluid you would need, it's exactly 5 quarts. I measured it. Now, as you can see, this is a container measuring, and for what was in there, I spilled a little bit on the floor, as you can see right there. Tiny bit fell out, but overall, it's pretty darn near 5 ml. I mean 5 quarts. I'm sorry. So 500 milliliters, 175 ounces. You can be plus or minus that. I would say, I mean, not plus, but minus 175 ounces if you're doing ounces, or 500 ml. Just to point that out right here on the video, if this is the 500 mark, right there where my finger is, okay? Just slightly under that, there's a tiny smaller line. This is the big line, see 500. Follow that, my finger. And if you lower it just 1 notch under 500, you'll be fine if you can fill it up to that level too, okay? Now, what you're seeing here is the old transmission fluid, okay? The vehicle currently has 49,193 miles on it. And Honda does recommend at 40 to 50,000 miles to do the transmission fluid change. As you can see, this is the bottom of my car. I also did an oil change, but the point of this video is for the transmission, okay? Now, right here, okay, this is a drain and refill plug area. This little bracket here, I just put it back on, but I had to remove it, okay? This has to be removed in order for you to get some room in there and stick your finger in there, okay? And that tube, if you'll look here, if you can see, I don't know if you can see it with the video, but there is a tube. This tube is what I used today to do this job, okay? So you'll need a tube like this. I got my setup at AutoZone. You could probably get it at Walmart as well. I've seen them there too. This hose line down here, and it runs all the way up, okay? And there's 2 lines actually. You'll need 2 of them. One up top and one that runs halfway, and then you'll need to connect the other side, the other hose line, because I'm using a 2-tube setup. Down, you'll have to connect it, and that'll give you enough, more than enough length to do this job, okay? So this is the oxygen sensor, okay? Sensor right here, if you follow it, and it has a clip, like a mounting right here. I took this off. As you can see, there's a bolt right there. Don't know if you can see that. It's right there. It's really shiny. It's chrome. Okay, it's right there, right there. You remove that. That's a 10 millimeter bolt. As you can see, it needs to be fastened, right? There's right under here. Once you remove that, there is a filler tube. A filler bolt that is right there, okay? And so that filler bolt, you'll have to, I already installed it, but it's in there. As soon as you remove this, you'll be able to move your fingers and your hand in there, and you'll be able to feel it out, okay? And then you'll have to use an 18 millimeter socket to remove it, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish tightening this 10 millimeter socket here. Ratchet. Not ratchet, but bolt, sorry. And then I'll go ahead and show you guys up top how that went down. All right, tighten it. I'm going to hand tighten it first. That way I can just hit it a couple times with the ratchet. Which at the moment, I don't know where it went. Okay. So right here, going to tighten this. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I'm tightening it. Probably needs a little more tightening with your fingers. Okay, there we go. That way I don't really have to use the ratchet much. Trying to keep it on there. Please keep in mind that this is a very tight quarters that you'll be working under to do this transmission drain and refill job. It is very painful, okay, to say the least. I am 6'4" and I can palm a basketball with no problem, okay? So my hands and my fingers, everything about me is very big, okay? So for you, you may not be as big as what I am. So life right here in this situation, in this instance, will probably be a whole lot easier for you rather than what it's for me. I'm struggling here. So it's a very narrow path here. Okay. All right. I don't want to tighten it too hard because I don't want to strip it. It is aluminum, right? It is connected to the transmission itself. Okay. That's that. Now I got the filler tube back on. I replaced the washer, okay, and I replaced the drain plug. If you'll look right here, this is a brand new drain plug from the dealer, OEM, and the washer is also brand new OEM. I drained it, and like I spoke about this, this is where all the old transmission fluid is at. I bought this container that you see here with measurer on Amazon.com. I don't know exactly what it's called. I bought it some time ago, about 4 months ago, because I anticipated on doing this job. Here is that tube I was telling you about that I utilized, that I concocted and put together myself to do this job, okay, to get down to the filler tube. Now I'm gonna go up to the top of the vehicle. All right. Now, this is the other tube. Now, I got 3 of them when I ordered them from Amazon. All 3 containers like this. They look exactly alike. But all 3 of them hold 500 ml or 175 ounces. Okay, I would highly recommend that. That way, you know exactly, almost to the T, how much transmission fluid came out of the transmission, and you'll need that information to refill exactly what you took out of the transmission. You'll need that information to put it back into the transmission, okay? So now this is my concoction here. This is the little device that I use, that I put together. As you can see, there's 2. And right here is the connection point right there. Right there where my finger's pointing. This right here is the funnel, okay, which was used to deliver the transmission fluid down to the refill bolt area, okay? And as you can tell, let me see if I can get in here. This is a very tight quarters, okay? So you'll need something this thin to get down there, okay? Let me point at it for you. It's down this way, okay? It's down that way. Not this way, this way. And you stick it straight on down, all the way down. And that's where the leveler is and the filler tube, okay? Now, granted, I lost a little bit of transmission fluid when I started pouring it. Some of it kind of just dripped, little droplets start coming down a little bit. But I don't think that that'll be, you know, devastating or anything. Now, that is the basics on basically how to do a drain and refill on a 2018 Honda Odyssey Elite, okay? If you guys have any questions or anything like that, let me know. You will need a 3/4 socket, okay, to remove the drain plug for the transmission fluid. You will also need 18 millimeter socket to remove the filler tube, the filler bolt, okay? Now, I do want to stress something out to you guys. Please, for whatever you do, please verify that you are able to get the filler tube bolt off before you actually start draining the transmission fluid from the drain plug for the transmission fluid. Well, let me repeat that again. Make sure that you can unbolt and loosen the filler tube before you start doing this job. If you cannot, then that is going to be an issue. And I highly recommend not to start the job without loosening the filler tube first. Okay, that should be the first bolt to be loosened. All right. Now, like I said, you're going to have to take off a few pieces as well. There's like the air filter tube that goes here. All right. You'll have to remove this plastic piece that goes over this. Okay. That'll come out first, and then you'll remove the air box or whatever it's called. I believe that's the proper term for it. You'll remove it. I put it right here in this corner, right there. This comes off first, okay? These have clips that go here, and this is what they look like. Right there, one. There's two right there, and there's a few more here. There's some plastic screws that you're gonna need to take off, okay? You might need a flat tip screwdriver, a small one, to kind of pry it up a little bit if it's not coming out. That way it'll come out for you. And as you can see, there's another bolt here. It's like a plastic clip that goes in there. And there's another one right here, okay? So that's what you'll need. As far as, and you'll need, like I said, this measuring tube cup here. It's very big. I got it from Amazon. Make sure you get one too. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to send me a message. I'll see if I can get to them and reply to them in a timely manner. Thanks for watching.